Well, hello everybody. Oops, sorry, I'm not off mute. Hello everybody. Hopefully if you're on the phone you can hear me. Welcome to the Friday night conference call. Trying to get my little beads here out of the way. I think we have this shared everywhere. You can watch this on my page. You can watch this in the Onward No Matter What group. You can watch this in Team Onward if you're part of my personal team. And then, of course, under the event itself, it's all shared there. Or maybe you're on the call because you're traveling tonight. So no matter where you're coming from, or even if you're listening to the replay right now on YouTube or on the phone for the replay, welcome, 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 welcome. So it has been a week, boy, hasn't it? Short week, they say, but it didn't feel so short for me, but that's okay. Let's see, who do we have here? Hi, Peggy, how are you? You packed and ready for the heart of it all? Yes, Rep Fest. Who is ready for Rep Fest and Rascal Flats and seeing everybody? Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. If you haven't gone in years past, you are in for an amazing treat. Just the fellowship of being there with everybody, just feeling like you're part of something where somebody gets you. You know, when you first start this business, sometimes you'll really struggle because some people just don't get it. Normally the people who are supposed to get it, you know, family, friends, people who support you. And sometimes when you don't have a lot of that going on, you're really looking for people who get what you want, where you want to go, where you've come from, the whole 9 yards. You will find that at Rep Fest because we all get each other. Well, hello, Anthony and Tracy. I see you're on. That's great. Mary Becker, I see you're on. Penny, you're on. Yay, Stacy. Sharika. Wow, it's great. Hopefully we're gonna get quite a few. I was shocked at how many people wanted to talk about building a team. Hi, Sarah Robinson. Good to see you. Can't wait to see you and your husband. Let's see, who else do we have? Dawn, and we have Stephanie and Karen with a C. I see you, and Katie. So, you know, the family's here. Autumn Lugo, she is on. Hi, Cheryl. Hope you're feeling better. I know you just went through that surgery and everything. Donna, how you doing? Julie, how you doing? Deanne, how are you? We could do this all night, right? But then we're not going to talk about what we need to talk about. Okay, so once I get the frog out of my throat, thank you very much. Let me take some water here. What is going on? It must have been that, no, I'm good, sweetie. Maybe it was that blue apron I had tonight, which, by the way, have you been following me on Instagram, following me on Facebook about Lee and I trying the blue apron meals? Now, y'all know how I love to cook, right? It is like awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. There's just no other way to say it. We have not, this is our second week, and we have not had a disappointed meal at all. And I have to tell you, I'm picky because y'all know I'm a good cook, right? So like if it wasn't good, you know I'm going to tell you. So it was good. So if you haven't tried it, you need to. I've been turning a few of my friends onto it. So we are, hi Sharon. Sharon says, say my name, Sharon. There you go, Sharon, a couple times for you. Let's see here, Deborah. Roger, hello Roger, can't wait to see you at Rep Fest. So first of all, let's talk about one thing. It is June. It is June 1st. Now, we all know first day of summer's coming, right? But there's something much more important than that. And that is, it's my birthday month, and it's Scola's birthday month. Thank you very much. And we don't celebrate on our birthdays. We celebrate all month long. Yeah. So I was actually born on the first day of summer on June 21st. For many years, I stayed upset with my mother because I thought she should have named me Summer instead of Molly. You know, Summer Stone Bib. I think it's got a ring to it. Just saying. I think it does, but it's okay. I'll stick with Molly. It's all good. So I have a great deal for you. I have once again bought out the book that I have co-authored, A View from the Top, Volume 2. And what you have in here is 25 top leaders and sellers, including myself, who have basically told their story, helpful hints, things that they struggled with, how they got through them, different tools they used. And normally this book alone is over $25. Then if you put shipping on it, it's like $32. And then if you add the business tools with them, that might be $40. But from now until June 21st, I am offering my View from the Top book, which will be autographed by me personally. It has my original bookmark in here that when we did this book, which is Lisa Wilbur's project all the way, you're going to get this book for $25. That's going to include priority shipping. It's going to include me autographing it. Yeah, it is. And it's going to give you lots and lots. Let me tell you who's in this. Skola's in this. Hold on. Hold on now. Let me pull out some names y'all will know. Let's see here. Pam Heller, Woman of Enterprise. She's in here. Let's see. Rosa and David Gomez are in here. Huge in the Spanish market. Donna Reed Mitchell is in here. Joanne Potts is in here. Karen Tucker. Francine. Oh, gosh, there's just so many people in here. Tawana Lyles. People who are getting it done, and you get to read their stories. So $25, but here's the key. That's not all. You're also going to get some business tools. Things like these labels. You're going to get 21 of each. You're going to get 3 of these. In some cases, it's bug spray, Fight the Bite, that you can put on your invoices or on brochures you put out there. This one is free training. Let's talk Avon. Yeah, earnings opportunity. Then, now that we're partnered with the American Cancer Society, hey, you need to let people know that. You can put this stuff on their invoices, on brochures that you're leaving out there. So not only are you going to get 3 sets of these, you're also going to get some sort of pin to advertise your business. Keep calm and become an Avon rep. Hi, I'm the Avon man. Ask me for a brochure. How about Avon fundraising? Ask me how. How about beauty for a purpose? Avon, and I have so many more. I mean, I just picked. So if you want this, how are you going to get it? Well, you're going to private message me. You're going to say, Molly, I want your book and I want the business tools. And if you do that between now and the 21st, you're going to get that. Now, sorry guys, man, for the person who I pick, I'm going to pick 2 of you. You're going to get double the business tools. So either you might be stingy and you may want to keep it all yourself, or if you have a team member, you may want to share one of the pens with them. You may want to share some of these. So you go get something, okay? And look, I'm getting ready to turn 55. I got to do something for you, right? So let's do this. So if you're feeling a struggle, if you feel like nobody gets your story, I guarantee you that when you read this book, very easy read too, funny, it'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh, it'll make you think, it'll make you say, oh my gosh, they so get me, that's me. You're always going to find somebody you can relate to, and then maybe you can connect with them on social media. My story is in here. It is, I never quit learning, and I have to tell you, I have all 3 volumes of this. And when I'm struggling, yes, I do struggle, and I'm having a tough time, yes, I do have those. I pull these books out, and I have things highlighted in my personal books that I'm like, I know what I need. Maybe I need to read Miss Pat's story. Maybe I need to go back and look at Lisa Wilbur's story. Maybe I need to go read Teresa Paul's story. And they're all in all these different volumes. But I have to tell you, this is a great opportunity. So I'm being nice for my birthday month. So if y'all want it, be entered. Yeah, it's all good. Oh, and don't forget, I put it on the thing after this, after I'm done here, don't forget that you can join JP after my call, either on his Avon Makeover Center page or in his group, the Beauty Business Experience, if you're a part of that. But you can pick it up on either one. I would say watch it on his page, because then you can share it in your groups. And I hope you've done that. I hope you're sharing this. I hope you're sharing the feed. And you know, we're really talking about Hi, Eric. Eric's on here. Eric said he loves my earrings. Yes, Eric, these are Avon. I don't know how many years ago, but they had them in a couple of different colors. And you know me, when they're different colors, I'm going to get one of each. So I am Avon's earring fanatic. That's what I am. I love their jewelry, but I'm mainly an earring girl. And oh my gosh, I love their earrings. Michael and them are doing so great with this. So let's see. I love to get a copy. Okay, yeah. Cheryl, well, you can contact me, girl, by private message if that's what you want. Okay, so let's jump into this. It's 8:13. And if you're listening to this on a replay of YouTube, that deal also is for you too, whether you were here live or not. Just contact me by email if you need to. If you're not my Facebook friend, we can get this done. So building a team, I really thought, we talk about all these things. We talk about, building a customer base, and we talk about, sometimes all we're talking about is how hard that is, right? And then I watch on Onward, there's over 17,000 of you on there. I watch so many people say, you know what, I just gave up on the whole thing because when I bring people on, they just don't do anything. And I thought, or you'll say, I tried this, but it didn't work for me. Okay, we're going to break it down tonight. And some of you were curious about this because you haven't even started a team yet, and that's okay. And you're wondering, can you do this? Should you do this? Are you the person who should have a team? And I believe that anybody that comes into Avon can be a representative and can apply the right tools and get things done. But I have to tell you, it takes a lot to be a leader. Now, you all know, I'm just going to be honest with you. You know I am. And although being a leader has been probably the most rewarding thing that I've done in my life, besides, have my kids. But by the way, I didn't see that as a reward at first either. There were so many struggles. My kids are 32 and almost 25. And when I think about the struggles all during those years, at the time I was like, I don't know if this is a good thing or not. I there's no rule book for this. What in the heck? And now I can look at it and I can say, gosh, it really was worth all the work. My boys are worth everything that I've put into them. And even through the mistakes that all three of us have made, it has been worth it. So I need you to think of leadership and being a leader and building a team like that. Let's start back with becoming an Avon representative. Let's start back to not having any customers. Now, anytime you're following me or one of the Formidable Four or people like my friend Linda Montavon or Lisa Monasen, there's so many people out there to follow. JP, Carla Lytle. I hate mentioning names anymore because I feel like I'm always leaving people out. But we have so many exceptional representatives and leaders. Autumn Lugo, Rebecca Ludeman. And some of these people you're like, oh yeah, I know them. I'm their Facebook friends. But if you truly watch them, if you get over the star-struck ability of Lisa freaking Wilbur and Teresa Paul and Lisa Scola, and let me say something on that. I always pick the people that I follow. Now look, you're all my Avon family. I love you all. That's why I do what I do. I love sharing with you. I love sharing my life. I love sharing my business. I love sharing my failures. They're not always easy to share sometimes, but I love doing these things with you. You get me. Some of you don't, but most of you get me. And the reason I share my struggles is because sometimes you make me feel better about myself. Because sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in this, right? And I'm not all alone in this because you're like, amen, sister, hallelujah. You throwing the hands up. You're like, girl, I get it. I know what you're talking about. And for me, I'm going, I am so glad that I am not alone in all this. Yes, Andrew, our woman of enterprise, Pam Heller, my WOE, which is what I will always call Emily till the day that I'm not here anymore. I always call her WOE. She has been a woman of enterprise also. And these people that we follow in our business, my friends, the other three of the formidable four. If you notice, I have picked three of the biggest in Avon, and I am really glad that I have meshed with them, and I love my friendships with them. They are so endearing to me because they get me. And I would love to tell you that's all. We have a good time. We drink together. We eat together. We talk together. We share together. We can't wait for trips together. We visit each other at each other's houses. They probably do more of that than I do, okay? But the point is they come see me, and it makes me very happy. But the truth is, I follow them in everything they do. I follow them, and I watch everything they do. And I'm sure many of you who are on here say, Molly, I follow you in everything that you do. Molly, I was reading your struggle with this, and you're like, oh my God, I had a struggle too. And you're like, I just so identify with you. I get hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of private messages, of emails because of my YouTube videos, of people who say, I can completely relate to you. God knows I never thought I would be a relatable person. I thought I was the only fool going through everything I go through. Okay, so y'all make me feel so much better about my life sometimes. And I follow what they do. Teresa Paul was a top seller. Lisa Wilbur, top seller. And I'm talking about when I started. Scola, top seller. They all started before me. They were all in this business long before me. But I knew who they were because my upline told me about them long before the day of social media. The first time I found out that Lisa Wilbur was going to be somebody close, somewhere close for me to go see her when she had speaking engagements then, I was so thrilled. I could not wait to see her. And, Teresa Paul, when my upline Ray Penn introduced me to her, and finally when Scola and I got to hook up, and, we kind of made senior not too far away from each other. Guys, these connections are meant to be. But when I struggled, I would watch what they shared. They'd always go back to the same thing. Everybody wants to ask us, what tools do you use when it comes to getting more customers? What do you do? I just saw Teresa Paul answer something the other day, and she said, no, what don't I do? Something to that effect. I knew what she was saying. And it's the truth. We're not talking about sales tonight. We're talking about building teams. And this is going to get really raw, and it's going to get really real. And some of you are going to kick yourself for quitting it when you did, because you're going to say, oh my gosh, like, why did I ever stop? And long time ago when you could lose your team, I lost my team because I just got really, really, really exasperated and frustrated that people didn't want to do what I wanted them to do. And you have all these reasons, right? Okay. When I started building my team, I did it one person at a time. It was a whole lot easier for me to build a sales business than it was to find people who truly needed something more than what they have. The biggest mistake you can make in this company, any company, even if you're watching me and you're part of another company, being a leader means you do not worry about you, and you worry about the people who are getting it done. Just because you may be a title ahead of somebody does not necessarily mean that you're the person who works the hardest. Believe it or not. People say, Molly, what do you do? Or I hear this all the time. Oh, Molly, you can afford to buy Alma leads. Oh, Molly, you all can afford that. Can I be clear with this right here? When I started this business, I was probably broker than most of you. In debt, lost my home. You know the story, and if not, go find it on YouTube. I was a broke down, messed up, hot mess, nothing going for, failure. Everything was going wrong in my life, and God knows I didn't think I'd ever recover from it. Truth of the matter is, my whole life had been that way. So it wasn't like recovering from it. It was like, when are you going to choose to change, Molly? So when I hear people say, oh, Molly, you're making enough money to like get the Alma leads and this and that, and I say to them, do you honestly believe that the only thing I've done in my building my team is bought Alma leads? Let me be clear. Alma leads have only been around like for a few years, maybe 3 years, maybe 3 years. So you know what that meant? Before we could purchase leads from Avon, and Avon gave us the opportunity that when you perform, that you can purchase these leads. By the way, for all you people who want to gripe about the leads, that does not mean that every lead you're getting is going to turn into somebody who is going to join your team. If I were building a house, and all I bought to the property, here's the wood, here's the nails, here's the drywall, here's the roofing material, and if the only tool that I bought to building that house was a hammer, I don't think that house is getting built anytime soon very quickly. Oh, I need a hammer. But that's not the only tool it takes to build a house. Think about it. When you decide that they're going to put a car together, you know, it takes many different people. It takes someone who knows about engines. It takes somebody who knows about the bodywork. I mean, there are lots of different tools that go into building things. It's the same thing like if you're putting a table together, okay? Well, it's okay if you have a screwdriver, but if you don't have the screws, guess what? It's going to be wobbly. It's going to fall apart. Yeah. So when people say, Molly, what did you do to build your team? And I said, what didn't I do? Recruiting flyers. I know you all hear me. Matter of fact, you're probably so tired of me talking about recruiting flyers. The truth of the matter is, I truly believe in them. I have gotten so many people to join my team because they've taken that recruiting flyer and they've just held on to it. Avon makes recruiting flyers that you can buy. You know, what, $5 for $1, something like that. I don't know. I send them to my team so they can use them. I'm talking about, I didn't buy those. I didn't have the money to buy those. I made recruiting flyers, 5 to a page, that said 6 reasons why you should want to join my team in Avon. 7 reasons, which could be, and you know what I did? I took my 7 reasons. Like being in debt and my credit cards being overdue. Like kids being expensive. Like Christmas is coming. And then I put my information on there. Now, did that mean everybody was calling me? No, but it was a tool that I used. Events. I started out with small events like community yard sales. Everybody who came to my table didn't just get a brochure. They got a recruiting flyer. And I had questionnaires, 4 to a page. Again, these are all in my files in the Onward group. And it would say, do you have an Avon representative? Would you like to receive a brochure? All these are yes or no's. Are you interested in earning an extra $200 a month? And if they said yes, it was a way for me to open a conversation. What do they need that money for? for me to share how this could help them in their journey. Another tool, listening to conversations around you. See, most of the time we're too busy doing this. You're too busy telling everybody why they need to become an Avon representative. You're too busy trying to beg people to come onto your team. You're too busy trying to earn an incentive, and you don't even care who stays around. All you want them to do is come on and place that $150 first or second order that you need, and then you're done with them. Let me be clear. That is not a leader. That's just you racing after an incentive. That's not a leader. Oh, did I step on somebody's toes? Maybe just a little bit, huh? It's the truth. Building a team means that you have decided that you're going to be a leader, that you're going to use every tool available. I did events. I did recruiting flyers. I would take those recruiting flyers and I would go into supermarkets and places that had community bulletin boards. And I would take 2 or 3 of them, and I always had my straight pens with me, and I would pen them on the board. And did I get calls all the time? No, but I got calls, and I still do, because I still do it. I have all the customers I need, but I never tell anybody no. They just keep coming. Do you know why? I keep tossing brochures with recruiting flyers. Because I do live streams. Now these things that we have that we didn't have back then. We have social media. We have that we can do live streams. We have YouTube videos where you can actually say, this is why. This is why I became an Avon representative. This is what it can help you with. But mostly I find what does it for me is the listening. It's the conversations I have with people. You can have opportunity meetings. A lot of people, a lot of places in the U.S. it works. Does it work my way? Not really. It doesn't. Everybody my way is trying to get everybody to invest in a timeshare, and people just don't want to show up. I want to talk to people I come in contact with, and I want to hear about them. When I see somebody tell their kid that no, they can't have that candy, I'm sorry, mom can't afford it today. I want to fix that. I want to give them an opportunity to be able to say no because they want to say no to the candy because they don't want the kids' teeth to rot out, not because they can't afford it. You know, if you go to college and you don't attend the classes, you're not going to get the diploma. That means that there's a lot of hard work ahead of you. Building a team means working with people who are very hard to work with. I am dealing with I have almost 800 on my team, which means I deal with 800 different personalities. And I would love to tell you that there's at least 5 of them that are exactly alike. I'm telling you, none of them are alike. Some of them are a complete joy to work with, 100% of the time. Some of them have more questions than Carter has liver pills. That's okay, because being a leader, I show them where they can get the answers. People think that this building a business thing, that this is supposed to happen overnight. You think that this is just going to, okay, I've decided I'm going to do leadership, and you bring on one person, your first person comes on, and you're so freaking excited. You're excited. I see it all the time in Onward. Oh my gosh, I got my first recruit. And I'm so excited for those people when it happens because I remember the feeling of getting my first recruit. I also remember the feeling of them putting in their first order. And hey, when they do put in a $150 order and pay for it, yes, because we're going to make bonus money for them doing it. As a matured leader now, I'm like, wow, this is great. This is their first step. But what's their second step? How do I help them be able to hit that $200 goal? What tools do I offer them? What advice do I offer them to try to help them reach the next goal? Being a leader requires training. And I have news for you. If you really want to be a good leader, you are responsible for training them. Avon has a lot of great training out there that they offer everybody. But if you were the person they signed up with, it is up to you to make sure that you are doing the best that you can do for your team. No greater love for a team member is shown than for you to put that TV on pause and pick up that phone and say, how can I help you? And to get off of that call and know that that representative felt better about their business and they felt the connection to you. I would love to tell you that the reason they're with Avon is simply because they love Avon. That's where it starts. But when things go wrong, the reason they stay is because of you and how you handle things. And if you're a self-serving leader who is always about the money you're making and everything, and you're not reaching out to see what is going on in their world, they're going to quit picking up the phone. They're going to quit responding to your texts. Molly, it's so hard. It's so hard, Molly. I can't find anybody. Quit trying to find people. Simply share what you do and what it's doing for you. By the way, what kind of an example are you in this business? Are you somebody who puts an order in every third campaign and you're not able to tell them about the money you're making in sales? Are you somebody who when somebody says, well, how well are you doing? And you go, let me tell you about this woman named Molly. I'm going to hook you up with her and her group. She is killing it. Let me tell you about Lisa freaking Wilbur. Let me tell you something. When you tell them that this person has been in 25, 27, 28 years, it's nice to look at where you can be. The truth of the matter is, what story do you have to tell them about your business? About what it's paying for you? Is it buying those groceries for your household? Is it buying those diapers for your little ones behind? Is it helping you buy that gift for the birthday party that your kid's going to? Is it helping to pay for your car payment, your insurance, the gas you put in your car? See, too many people don't want to talk about their struggles and why this has been a good thing for them. Too many people just want to talk about why you should sign up for my team. We sign up for my team. You know, right now we got this cruise thing you can go for, and we got this, and you know, you're telling them about it in the last campaign that they could possibly even try to earn the daggone cruise. You know they ain't gonna get it, which then makes it all about you. It's one thing to say, like me, do you know that I never traveled before Avon? Do you know that I never saw anything except a state over in my 41 years before Avon? And now suddenly, I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Alaska. I went on my first cruise. I went to Hawaii. I went to the Dominican Republic. I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Nashville. I have been to New York. All I did was work my business. And my horizon, my geographical horizon, woke up. Yeah. Have you ever followed somebody on Facebook and when you ask them what it is that they want to do and they talk about travel and they go, oh, I'd love to go to Bora Bora. Oh, I'd love to go to Hawaii. Oh, I've never been here. Those people, those are the people you share the trips with that you've been on. And then you hear about the people who had to work 2, and 3 jobs. They still do. They're barely making ends meet. And they're trying to figure out how they're going to fit in another job. They don't even possibly think that this opportunity could do anything for them. And I say, I know how you feel. I was there. And all I did was share brochures with everybody I came in contact with. And I followed up. Is it worth it? How badly do they need the money? See, people are just too busy just trying to get anybody to join their team. It's like you're putting the fishing rod out there, but instead of letting somebody take the hook and say, oh yeah, reel me in, baby, reel me in. It's good. I'm ready. I want to do this. I got to tell you something. I want to sit on the boat. I want the fish to jump in the net. That's what I want. I want them to jump in the net. Crazy, right? I tell the people on my team all the time, I don't want people on our team who don't want to be here. I don't want people to join us because they just gave me $25 so that I would shut the hell up. I didn't want that. I still don't want that. We have to figure out how to let people know how this company is helping us. Sometimes, believe it or not, it's not always about the money. Sometimes, many times, it's about the fact when I meet people from high school who say, God, Molly, I don't even recognize you. I saw your YouTube videos and, I'm watching what you're doing, on social media. And, Molly, we would have never thought. And I'm like, you never thought. I never thought. I never had any confidence. I never knew how to dream. So people have joined my team because I say, I thank Avon every day for opening up the opportunity for me to become a better person, for me to gain self-confidence, for me to realize I could be self-reliant and not have to depend on anybody to get me through hard times. And it has, yes, been a lot of work, but the payoff is so immense. It's so great. 14 years in this company, in the first 6 years, were so hard. Many times I said to Lee, what in the world, is this worth it? Is this worth it? I said, I feel like our team isn't doing what it should be doing, and I don't know what else to give them. And he said, I can't tell you if it's worth it. What you're doing, do you feel like it's worth it? Do you feel like you're making a difference? And the truth of the matter is, I did feel like for those who really wanted to do something with it and didn't just want me to set it in their lap, I was making a difference. I was showing them how they could be self-sufficient. They were learning how to make a difference, and their kids were looking at them different, and they couldn't believe now they had the money to go on vacation for the first time ever. You're always going to get these people on your team. They're just waiting for you to build their business for you. They're what I call our 80%. 80% consists of a lot of different things. People who just want they just want the discount for themselves, and they sell to a few people that they know, or maybe they sell at work, and they have no goals of doing anything else. That's it. Nothing. Okay? That is what they do. Nothing. They're just doing what they want to do. And by the way, they have the right to do what they want to do. They have the right to do that, and you need to let them do that. The problem is, too many of you are like, you're bugging them. You're acting like the boss. This is not a boss scenario, guys. This is not. A leader is not a boss. It is in no way even close to being a boss. A boss pays their people hourly, and they do the work they're supposed to do, and they go home. But as a leader, we should be giving them the things that they need in order to make them want to do better. We should be celebrating even the smallest thing that they do. Yeah, we should. But then you've got those who, they will drain you if you let them. They will drain you. They will take every ounce of moisture out of you. It is all about them. It's not about anybody else. They are spoiled, rotten little kids. They just want you to it's all about them. And you wonder where I got the whole, it ain't all about you, cupcake. You wonder where I got that from, okay? It's not all about you. It's not all about me, but it is up to you to pave your own way. I am here to give you the tools that you need to do this. So if you think that if you're changing the diaper still of the people on your team, and you think that, Molly, I have to do this, and this, because if I don't, Molly, they're just going to quit. So you're going to do this for the one person that you're worried about. Bringing on 10 people who just want somebody to show them how to be better, how to own their own business, how to do something that's going to change their lives. And we are the company that changes lives. But as leaders, we have to get our eyes off of ourselves. Sometimes people get completely caught up with the accolades in this business. It's all about the awards. Everything's about the awards. This is what Lee and I feel about accolades and awards. If you're doing the work consistently, all the time, like you should, and you're going after those goals that you say that you have, and you're getting closer to them every day, and you're improving your business every day, and you're becoming a better person every day, and you are taking care of your customers and building a bigger customer base every day, and you're sharing that opportunity like you should be every day, and you're listening to people's needs every day, the numbers are going to come in. You are going to get the accolades, and you are going to get the awards. The awards come when you put in the work. The awards do not come because you pick 3 months out of the year to really work your business, and because maybe you didn't meet the first goal, or somebody didn't give you enough praise or something, that you just immediately are like, forget this, I'm going to quit.
Accolades don't pay the bill.
Yeah, Lee's right. And accolades don't pay the bills. I don't know if you figured that out, but when you take that award that you got, as proud as you are of it, tell me something. Is it paying the bills? I might be able to change a few lives with an award. And I have many awards that stare me down every single day. But let me be clear. There's always somebody who gets more awards than me. There's always somebody who gets a bigger award than me. There's always going to be somebody who has bigger numbers than me. There's always going to be somebody who has a bigger team and a bigger paycheck than me. And it gives me something to shoot for. But whining and complaining is not going to get you where they're at. Because do you know why they are where they're at? Because they keep grinding. They keep grinding at their business. They take every tool. They take the the Avon USA representative site, and they take those live streams and they share them with their people and their customers. When it's for the reps, they take all the information and they want to give it to their customers, and they want to be the best representative out there. And when there is somebody who is sharing something, a call, whether it be the Formidable Four or anybody else or your leaders, they are on there trying to figure out how to be a better leader, how to be more supportive, how to give them more training, and quit getting pissed off every time they don't want to do everything you tell them they should do. Why don't you give them a list and let them pick what they want to do? You are not their boss. And I've got news for you. For every person who's gotten where they're at, they've all gotten there a different way. They may have done this 30% of the time, and this 20% of the time, and this 40% of the time, and this 10% of the time. Some people events don't work for. Some people, they'll tell you, I know very few people who will tell me that recruiting flyers don't work because they know that they do. But the point is, they talk to everybody. They're at the drive-in windows and they're giving the brochures out with the recruiting flyer. They're going to events and they're out there talking to people. When they go to the shopping centers, they're prepared with their brochures. Because look, for every recruit that you don't get, you can pick up a customer or two. And when that was happening to me and my leadership check was not supporting me, well, I got to tell you, my sales were pretty good because I just kept building it. I just kept building it. The other thing about being a leader is you got to be consistent. You've heard me say this for the last 6 months. Even as successful as I feel like my business and my team were, there were so many things that I had to be honest about myself that when I did things, I was really good at it. But was I always consistent? Did I let things get me down? Did I think that the team just didn't care what I had to say? Did I get upset because people just were not performing? And I had to say to myself, I've got to put myself into the people who are performing and the people who want to show up for my trainings. They will. And if they don't show up, maybe they'll watch the playback. Maybe they'll watch the YouTube. And those who want to do something more, they're going to show up. But I will never know if I don't stay consistent as a leader. Being a leader in Avon, although it's been very rewarding, it's the hardest job I've ever had. Not going to lie. Even trying to be the example of a leader that I try to be to so many of you, it's been really hard because I've had to take the high road so many times that I feel like if I was just a representative and nobody really knew who I was, I could just speak my mind on this or that. And you know me, I speak my mind, right? If you're a leader, you cannot trash your company. You cannot. That's not a leader. It doesn't mean that when the company's done something wrong that you go, oh my God, it's okay, because someone did something wrong. Get over it. No, that's not what I'm telling you. We are supposed to show our team how to handle things when things happen. Campaign 11, remember the glitches, leaders? Remember? I don't know how many emails, how many texts I answered, how many phone calls I was on. And I absolutely validated my team. I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. This is not the norm for our company. We are going through so many changes that are for the better. And sometimes glitches happen when this happens. But I promise you, stick with it, because it's only going to get better. These kind of things are going to happen from time to time. Business owners, we just learn how to deal with it. And it seemed like everybody who started up here then evened out down here. I hear leaders saying, I know, I see you in my group. I'm looking at you like, you crazy. Why you in? You know you in Onward doing this. I don't even understand why Avon's doing this. Every time I turn around, this, and this. I'm so disappointed in my company. I am so disappointed in Scott White. You better thank God for Betty Palm, Scott White, any of the rest of them who were in there all day long. You better bow down because of those people who thought we were worth it, they have taken a chance to keep this company going 2.5 years ago, and they are making leaps and bounds of improvements, and they have given more than this company has given in the 14 years that I've been involved. And you spoiled little brats of leaders out there who just want to complain because something doesn't go your way. I mean, really, Mama should have just taken a whipping board to you one more time or something, or maybe Mama never whip you. I don't know what it is. But if you want to lose people, keep telling them how bad our company is, and you must not believe that because you're still here. You tell them, but what the heck? You will lose the respect. And do you really think a great salesperson is going to want to be a leader on your team when they see the example of the leader you are and how you react to things? Oh, please. I got people right now that I know in this business that if they were my leader, I would just go ahead, forget jumping in. I would be like the salmon. I'd be swimming upstream, baby. I'd be swimming upstream. I'd be trying to get away. Don't call me, lose my number. You ain't nothing but a drama queen. Quit it. Yeah. Being a leader is tough because you've got to stand above the rest. And when it comes time to keep building your team, you've got to do it all. You got to do it all. You got to do the recruiting flyers. You got to do the events. You got to do social media. You got to celebrate what you do. You got to quit trashing your company in public, and then you don't understand why nobody want to take your invitation to join your team. I don't want to join your team. You're always talking about your company that way. Stop it. And by the way, leaders, when you're putting your drama on Facebook, maybe not about your company, maybe about your life. It is one thing to share a struggle that you're getting through. It is another thing that every time you turn around, you're moaning about something. You're moaning about how you feel. You're moaning about how your hamster feels. You know, you're moaning about this. You're moaning about that. The point is, are you showing anybody how you're getting through something? The name of the game is whatever is going on in your life. It's how are you going to get through it? Yeah, I do have the right to say this. There's not much I haven't been through except death. I haven't died yet personally, okay? Many times I've felt like it, but deaths, are you kidding? Animals, let's not even talk about that. Y'all saw my post yesterday. You know, talk about stuff that wants to devastate you. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, I can't believe I just want to hang everything up and I just want to spend time with my dog. That's all I want to do. I don't know how long he has, but you know, the truth of the matter is, I'm not helping Kane by doing that either. I've got to be me, and I've got to be the best me I can be, no matter what the situation is. My dad died. I didn't have a great relationship with him, but do you think it didn't affect me? Of course it did. All the things I've shared with you guys over what, the last 14 years that have gone on in my life, and some things that are still sadly going on in my life. It's my job as a person to figure out how I'm going to rise above it. Because what kind of a freaking example am I going to be to you as a leader, whether I'm your personal leader or you just follow me or you respect me or you laugh at me or, you know, I'm just entertaining or something. Whatever the deal may be, if I'm not going to be that person, why you going to follow me? I don't think you want to watch how things defeat me. You want to figure out how I become victorious. And yes, I have more people who tell me no about this company than ever tell me yes about this company. But I smile and say, thank you. You're not interested? It's okay. It's all good. And I move on to the next person, because instead of sitting there kicking the ground and saying, see, nobody's interested, I've let 5 more people walk by me. And that third person from the end could have been the next person who needed me, who needed my example, who needed my recruiting flyer, who needed my brochure, who needed my story. And if you're not doing anything, how in the world can you have a story? Your story is about what you're doing, not just with money. I haven't been in Avon long enough to really have a story. Well, you're signed up. Why did you sign up? What are you looking to do with this company? What are you looking to do and gain for you? What do you feel empowered just by saying, I got the kit, and I am following up on the people that I know, and I am going to get those orders in, and I am going to be a President's Club member. I am going to be an example to my team. I'm going to show everybody they can too. It doesn't matter if you're new. You can be a leader and be new. I was a leader and I was new. I was just learning what I was doing. I don't know. I'll find out. When I didn't have an answer to something, I don't know, but I'll find out. That was like my favorite answer for the longest time. Somebody called me and I go, And I'd say, you know what? I'm going to call somebody and I'm going to call you back, okay? I'm not really sure what that is. It's okay not to have the only. So you know what? The hardest thing I've ever done is be a leader. The most rewarding give back thing I've ever done in my life is be a leader. Think about it. I wouldn't have you if I wasn't a leader. I wouldn't have this. I would not have the ability to support me if I had given up and not decided to be a leader. I had no clue if I could be a leader. I felt like all I had to share was embarrassment and failures. Little did I know that every failure I've ever had in my life, somewhere along the line, was going to help me show others that they can too. Those are the people that you want on your team. The people who have struggles, but you just know they want to be better. And you can say, I feel you. I get you. You ought to join my team. Because we are in the business of empowering women and a few good men. We are in the business to raise self-esteem. We are in business to help you be able to support yourself and your family. We are in the business that if your spouse has died, your child has died, your parents have died, your dog has died, no matter what has happened, we are in the business to raise you up. We are in the business not to carry you. We are in the business to raise you up and show you that you can get through this. And when you concentrate on something like helping other people, you will end up being the best of the best. And I'm not talking about the people who make the most money. I'm talking about the people who make the biggest changes in their life and with other people. The people who make the biggest impression on other people. I know people who are making so much money, but they are so damn miserable. They are so unhappy. I have to laugh. All the people are like, oh my God, it's Monday. Oh my God, it's Sunday night, Monday. I got to tell you something. It's been years since I felt that way. I am not that person who goes, come on Friday. Come on. You know when I say come on Friday? Every other Friday when I get to have a live stream with you. That's when I say, come on Friday. Because I am doing something I love. And I'm doing something that every day I wake up, I see the possibilities of changing lives and people doing better for them. And in the process, when all this gets done, I am making more money and my boundaries are endless and my success is endless and the success of my team is endless. All they got to do is pick up the reins and ride that horse. All they got to do is decide what they want and go after it. And do not quit until you get it. You want to be a leader? Grab the reins. Go after it. Don't make it about you. Do what you got to do. Grab a hold of it and say, I'm going to make bronze ambassador. I'm going to make bronze leader. I'm going to get to bronze executive if it kills me. I'm going to do it until I'm going to keep at it consistently until I get there. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that by doing everything. You're going to do that just like you do. Now you're going to be an example and show people what you can make in sales. You're going to be an example of changing lives. You're going to be an example because you're not a whiner anymore. You're not a complainer anymore. You ain't bitching anymore. You're happy, and you are so happy to be where you're at. And you are so thrilled that you have chosen this. And even if you're not able to do it full time yet, you know where you're going. You know where you want to be. You can't wait till you get there, and you ain't going to stop climbing that mountain until you get to the top. That's what being a leader is. And there are going to be people that are going to come right along with you. And sometimes they're the people that you don't even expect. Something's changed in their life, and now they're ready. So don't give up on the people who are on your team. In the blink of an eye, somebody who never did anything can suddenly have a need and do everything. Okay? So that's what I got for you tonight. That's what I got for you tonight. I know you thought I was going to give you one thing that was going to help you build your team, right? You don't know me very well then, do you? Because if there was just one thing, we'd all be there, wouldn't we? We'd all be there. It's taken me 14 years to get where I'm at. Taken me, I don't know how many years to get to the top 100 in the country. Now I want to get to the top 50 in the country. But I remember when I was lucky, if I was number 108,000, my team, top 100 in the nation. The girl who was a failure at everything. So you think you can't be a leader? Think again. Because I'm your example. I'm the person who's been through it all. And I am here because I never quit fighting for it. I never quit learning. I never quit failing forward. I never gave up just because something didn't work. All the no's I got, all the people who walked away from this business, 800 on my team, if I had everybody on my team who have signed up, I'd probably have 2,000 people on my team. Yeah. Does that make it real to you? Yeah. People are going to walk away all day long. People are going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to do nothing. But the ones who really want to, they're going to show up and they're going to do it. Quit celebrating when you get to the next level. Celebrate briefly. Woohoo! And then get to the next level. Then keep working. Keep grinding. Your team will come. The accolades will come. The awards will come. Concentrate on who you can help. Help them get where they want to get. And before you know it, you're going to turn around and you're going to say, where the heck did this team come from? Where the heck did these numbers come from? Where did that check come from? Yeah, that's what happens. Help others, and it's going to help you and your business. Okay? So I know Lee has an awesome song. So if you want to hear it and you're on the live stream, you might want to jump on the call. Don't forget, JP, I know I'm running a little bit late, about 7 minutes, but you're going to want to jump on JP's side, see what he has. I'm going to be sharing it in my groups. If you want the book, don't forget to send me a PM, okay? And we will get that book in your hands. Guys, don't give up. Stay consistent. Be the leader and the representatives that this company needs, that it deserves, and be your best. Because if you can look yourself in the mirror every day and say, today, I've done my best and probably over my best, then that's a good thing, because I still have days that I can't do that. But I have more days that I can say that than days that I can't say that. And that's what you need to shoot for. Okay, so we will see you in 2 weeks. Go forth, have a great weekend. And for those on the call, hit it, Lee.